Hey, this your boy Big Amp, the quarterback with QB Talk, the podcast. Get in where you fit in. And today, man, I got one of my dogs, one of the people that I really, really respect in this game on the line today, man. PBE Pluto, man. Pop yours, man. Talk to the people, man.
What's good, man? It's your boy, Big PBE, better known as PBE Pluto, artist out of Mobile, Alabama, man. We working, grinding, and shining, man. We all over the country tapping in, so you know what it is, man.
Hey, look here, man. It's something that you said. Look, you ain't even let the interview start yet, and you already talking about working. One of the things, man, let me take the time to just give you props, and then we going to let the people know a little bit more about you, even though everybody's familiar. Bruh, one of the things I respect about you, I know you're a serial entrepreneur. I know you take the artist thing serious, but I see you function as a label, and you always moving like a real moving target. Bruh, can you just tell me, like, why your grind so relentless, man?
Because there's so many people that didn't believe and don't believe in what I got going on. So it ain't that I'm proving a point, but basically I'm proving a point. And it sometimes you need that, you know what I'm saying? Because if people believe in you and tap in with you, you'll get comfortable and get stuck, you know what I'm saying? I see it happen so many times, like all the people that they do tap in with, they just be stuck in that one market because that's where they comfortability at, you know what I'm saying? And you don't want to be comfortable. That's how you grow, you know what I'm saying? Being uncomfortable. And, you know, I understand the level that I'm at, and I understand what I do and don't have. I mean, I have the machine pushing me. I mean, I have the ability or the finances, may have the finances, may not have the connections to get in these major loops, or even if I had the connections, I don't have the relationships to maneuver it and maintain it. I might could get on there, but how I'm gonna maintain it if I ain't built these relationships? So I'm going city to city, state to state, actually building a fan base, building my following, tapping hands, touching hands, you know what I'm saying? You can hear me?
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, you know, I'm tapping in with the people personally. So once everything is everything, I always got these people on board. Like I watched a lot of people like Gotti and Boosie and them who, you know what I'm saying, moved around and tapped in. And, you know, these type of people could drop records at any time and be at the top of the charts. Boosie don't even got to have a radio record, and he can still get 40 to 60,000 a show.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? These other big artists, they got to be on radio. They got to be on TikTok. They got to be on all these platforms, you know what I'm saying, in order to get this type of money a show.
Right.
But people who built their fan base organically, they're going to be relevant forever.
Right.
And that's the way I'm trying to build my setup, you know what I'm saying? And also utilize myself as a gateway for other artists and entrepreneurs that's coming up behind me. So I'm making the connections in the movement because I see what the game missing. And I understand what could be if the people had the mindset and the business strategy that I have. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing something to the table. I'm bringing something to the game. I'm not just utilizing what's already there and doing what everybody used to. That's why it's so unfamiliar to people, because it's like, how you doing this? How you moving around like that? You ain't signed.
Man, you look major though. Hold up. I'm gonna be real with you now. Now, before I knew you, I'm just gonna keep it gangster. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Bruh, I really thought you was signed. Cause watch this.
Thanks.
I done seen some of your shows. All the other rappers know you. And one thing I was gonna get to in the next line of the questions, it's almost like, bruh, when you walk up to these different places and you're tapping in, most of the people that you meeting, they know you. Like the last thing we just did, it's some people that I thought you was meeting, but they was tapped in and they was already following you. Now, don't that feel good to you, to let you know that people respecting your work, even though you hadn't tapped in with them, you know, in the flesh, but they already knew you? You feel me?
Right. Facts. And that's a part of the motion too. Like, even though people following you off, and matter of fact, I ain't gonna even use the word motion. That's a part of the progress.
Okay.
Because motion, you can run in place and have motion.
Right.
and be going nowhere fast. You know what I'm
Oh
saying? But
man, hold up, hold
progress,
up, hold up.
you
Them some
actually,
bars. Hold up,
you
PBE.
know what
My
I'm saying?
bad, bro. PBE. Hold on, man. You ain't gonna just drop them bars like that. Hold up, hold up. Can you run that back just one more time, man? The audience need to hear that, man.
Big facts. I said, man, listen, you can run in place and have motion and be
Yeah.
going nowhere fast.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? But in order to get progress, you got to strive. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You got to take the steps, whether you taking baby steps, big steps, slow steps, low steps, high steps. But you
Right.
got to be moving
Yes, sir.
in a direction, not just moving. You know what I'm saying? And having motion, because a
Right.
lot of people got motion,
Right.
but they ain't going nowhere. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? And a lot of them, they got motion, but they motion coming out of another person's ocean. You know what I'm
Uh-oh.
saying? Like
Hey.
you got to create your own waterway. You know what I'm saying? Dig your own hole and create your own rivers and lakes and
That's real.
roads. You feel me?
And put
That
them
ain't
timberlands
nobody
in the
on my
mud.
road because I'm making my own path. Like I'm cutting the trees down. I'm digging the dirt up,
Yes,
laying the
sir.
cement or the asphalt or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I shouldn't even see you on my road. That's why it's so unfamiliar. Cause you
Yeah.
don't see me taking a path everybody else took
Right.
to get where I'm trying to go. And now you see where I'm at. Now you like, damn, how that happen?
That's real.
But
That's
I
real.
understand what's going on in the industry. So I take it and implement what I need to implement. Okay, I can't do this, but I can't. I'm one of them people. It could be the worst pitch in the world. I'm gonna find that one positive spot, and I'm
Come
gonna
on, man.
zoom in on that.
Right.
So I don't see nothing but the positive. It might be negativity going on all around me.
Okay.
And honestly, it's more negative than positive. But if I focus just on the positive, I don't even see the negative. You
Man,
know
I
what I'm
like
saying?
that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. So that's basically how I move and just elevate. Like I do what I can do. I don't worry about what I can't do.
That's
You
real.
feel me?
That's real.
And as if you do what you can do, you're gonna be making progress. Some people, oh, I don't got no money to do this. Well, you got time.
Right.
You know what I'm
You
saying? So
right.
take your time out and promote yourself. Take your time out and read, figure some shit out, watch
Right.
some videos. You know
Do
what I'm saying?
something. Be
You
proactive.
can't. Yeah, you sometimes they'll rather front on social media than to be
Oh
sitting
man.
right there on YouTube and Googling the most simple stuff. You can Google something as simple as how you might think you know how to drop a record.
Right.
But if you go and Google it, you might see something in there. You be like, you know what? I ain't never
Never did
knew
that. Yeah.
this or thought this or that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you thinking you know what you know, but you sometimes you need to be educated on the proper way to do it.
And man,
Yeah, you
and
dropping a
constantly,
record, but you ain't dropping it properly. That's why it's not getting the right reaction or the responses. It's not picking up in the algorithm. You don't even understand the algorithm. You
come on,
don't know
man.
what the algorithm is. You just dropping records because you saw somebody else drop a song and you think that it happened the way that it looked like it happened.
And
And
that's
that's where
the
the problems
man.
come in.
And watch this
Because
here, bro.
they don't know who be behind certain stuff.
Okay.
Like I done seen you personally take an artist and bring them and introduce them to a market, and I'm still tapped in with you know what I'm saying
Right.
certain people you brought,
Yes, sir.
and I didn't. They already had situations I didn't know who they were from a can of spit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the fact that you brought them to the market, you know what I'm saying, introduced that person to the market, and now the people that was there and tapped in, they tapped in. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So some people don't see that. Some people don't see the fact that a lot of this stuff is not all people movement. I mean, are they emotion? It's all the relationship the people that's on their team got.
Come on,
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
For real.
Somebody may be making a phone call for this man and say, yo, can you put such and such on Rolling Loud? I
Come on.
got connections at South by Southwest.
Right.
I could get your artist on this. So we swapping it out. Or I could do I owe you one.
Bartering.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, but you gotta have something to bring to the table. And if you ain't got people on your team that got this type of stuff, you gotta go build these relationships. You can't just hit nobody up and say, hey, bro, look out for me. I don't know you, huh?
No
You know what I'm
relationship.
saying?
And
Go
why?
go figure
Why
out
should I?
right, but go figure out who you need to be tapping in with Go support their stuff. Go on their page, like their stuff, share their stuff, follow them. This is free. You know what I'm saying?
Support,
Share their
man.
stuff in your stories. They may not even say nothing the first 1,000 times you do it, but
Right.
1,001 they be like, man, whoever this is, they just keep
Dig it.
supporting my shit. So, man, what you do? Oh, I do music. Damn, for real? Or do all that and then, okay, they got a conference. Say you want to tap in with bigger rankings.
Right.
Man, bigger gonna be at this club in Tampa
Right.
at such and such. Nigga, go to the club. I don't fly out there to go. Just tap in, spend your money to get in there.
Right.
See, could you get to him? If you can't get to him that time, oh, he gonna be at a summit up in this city. Nigga, go to that city.
Pop out.
Go to the summit. You know what I'm saying? Try to make yourself seen. And sometimes when that first time, even if you tap in with somebody, they may not tap completely in, but you gotta come to multiple things that they at and support them on that social media. Then now it start becoming, dang, okay, I see Buddy really mess with me.
And
And then
consistent.
that open up
We'll
the
see
door
the
for you.
consistency, man. Because
Facts.
everybody rapping, doing something, want to get tapped in. You feel me?
Facts.
But listen to me.
Facts.
It's three things that I definitely gotta touch before we get off, man. How do you keep up with your performance schedule? Cause man, 1 minute you'll be in the West, 1 minute you'll be in North, 1 minute you'll be in the Midwest, next you in Miami. I think you stay in Miami. I ain't got no proof. I really either you stay in Miami or you I ain't gonna get you in no trouble. But bro, you be in
Man,
Miami a lot, bro. What that's about,
I
man?
swear. And out the subject, somebody just called me today to book me out in Dallas.
Okay.
And they was like, they said, you you own a club in Vegas, don't it? I said, what? And now I don't own no club in Vegas. I
You
said,
always
I
be
just be
there.
getting booked out there.
Right.
They're like, dang, you tapped in like that. Cause I done seen 4, 5 flights with you on them this year, just watching you. You got to live out there. I'm
Right.
like, nah, bro, I live in Alabama. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Like,
Right. Right.
nah, but I mean, how I maintain that is channeling my mindset and my energy to understand that I need to go tap in. I
Okay.
got to go get with some people. Like, I'm not the person that sit back and wait for shows.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go create a situation.
Yes, sir.
You know, and as you can see, I go tap in with people
Oh yeah.
and
Oh, you hang
network
out.
with people. You know
Hold,
what
hey,
I'm
check this out. Hold on, let me stop you right there.
saying?
Yeah, you tap in, but bruh, you hang out because I'm gonna say this.
Fact,
I gotta give you my flowers, give you your flowers
uh,
on the show right now, bruh. When you
facts,
came to my event, bruh, I
uh,
expected you to stay there for 30 minutes, and you was already booked in Miami, bruh.
facts.
You hung out, you ate, supported the
I'm
other,
talking about
patronized the people business. I saw you with
facts,
a rice bowl. You feel me? You hung
facts.
out. You
I
feel
fed
me?
my whole team at the event, made sure, you know what I'm saying? I spent money with the vendors that was there.
No
I
doubt.
tapped in with nearly all the artists that was there and still tapped in with some of them. I tapped in with managers
Right, right,
and lawyers and
right,
all
right.
type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So DJs, like just creating that network. And a lot of them already knew who I was. It was
No doubt.
just connecting the face. I call it connecting the dots. And the way I look at the music industry too is just like that paperwork that you got in kindergarten when they gave you them dots and them numbers.
Right.
And you can't tell what it is when you see the dots and numbers. But if you correctly connect 1 through 50, it might be Daffy Duck. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You like,
Okay.
damn,
Yeah, you
I
right
wouldn't
now.
even seen that because
Right.
you when you looking at the picture, it only showing dots and numbers in the beginning. You know
In
what
the
I'm saying? It
beginning.
ain't gonna show you what the big picture gonna be.
Right.
But the problem with most independent artists, they try to connect dots just because they there. So they say, "Oh, I'm gonna go from one." They go number 6. They go 14. They go
Yeah.
29,
Yeah.
8, 2, 0.
Right.
They just going in it, and then they get a picture,
But it ain't the
and
one
they
they
wonder
want.
why they keep failing. And they
Right.
like, damn, I was actually finished before this cat. I
Right.
actually connected all 50 of the dots. But bro, you got Tasmanian devil. It's supposed to be Daffy Duck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just like
So
that.
you still gotta eat. You can't think just because you connecting dots and you seeing some form of a picture, that means that you're doing the right thing. And that's why a lot of artists fail because they see something of a picture and it's like they think they got motion. They don't understand.
Oh
You
man.
running in place.
Man,
You
listen to
running
me.
in place. You know what I'm saying? You going nowhere fast.
And see,
You
watch
ain't got
watch
your
this
stuff
here.
set up. You trying to hurry up and get on BET Jams or get on the radio and you ain't even registered with Media Base yet. You ain't even got your stuff set up correctly. You ain't got ISRC codes on your videos. You know what I'm saying?
And see, when I say that,
You
I'm gonna be real with you, PB.
Mhm.
When I say that, it don't sound good. You feel me? It's no different
Right,
than a lot of people, try to hit me about management, and I tell them, and this is just my opinion, so I hope nobody don't take it the wrong way. Management is the worst job in the world because if I'm
right.
managing you for real, then I'm your brother.
You got to
You-
depend on them to
right? Come on,
you,
man.
you know what I'm
Look,
saying?
look,
You got
man.
to get a percentage of what they getting, and a lot of people don't understand. You got to first have something to manage,
Oh man.
and
See,
and,
I
and
don't
most
be
of these
wanting to
artists
say
they
that.
got shit,
Hold up. Go
shit,
back.
but an
Go back.
attitude
Man, go
and,
back.
and, and
Go
something
back.
ignorant.
Hold on,
Yeah,
man. Go back. Hold on. See, I'm gonna let you say all the things that I can't say because I gotta be a little bit correct. You know what I'm saying?
right.
In order to have a manager, you first gotta have
You
something to
got to
manage.
have something to manage.
Okay, then. Okay. I just want
You
them
know
to
what I'm
hear
saying?
you say that.
And a manager makes a percentage of what you make. So if you ain't making shit,
Okay.
what I'm managing your
Okay.
attitude to make
Oh
nothing for.
man. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? What
Okay.
I'm managing your mindset to make $0.
Entitlement. All
You
that
know what I'm
come with
saying?
it. Yeah.
And then on top of that, just because I'm your manager, you don't even understand what a manager is. You getting me confused with an investor.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Oh
saying? You
man.
ain't got your own money. You ain't got this and that. Now, oh, you
Hold
my
up.
manager. I
Hold up.
manage your
Stop.
money. I don't.
Stop right there.
You feel me?
Hold on. The interview fire. But go back to that one part right there when they be getting the manager.
Confused with the investor.
Come on,
Hey, when
man.
you go get you a job at Walmart and you become the manager, you think the owner of Walmart finna say, "Hey man, you need to buy some more cans of green beans and stuff, man, and start this shit, man. You managing my store, man.
Right.
You know
That's
what I'm
it.
saying?
That's it.
You need to go and open up your checkbook because we need some more bags of mashed potatoes on our four. You know, we are getting a little low on chicken over there now. You need to
Hey,
be doing your job. No, they managing what's already there,
there you go.
products that's already there. If they
Right.
could create more avenues to make more deals to get more places that want to get the products,
Right.
but you got to have the product. You got to provide the product.
Man. And so I'm
You got to
glad.
have the budget.
Right. But watch this. I'm glad that you touched on that because, in all seriousness, the three
Mm-hmm.
problems that I get a chance to see, and even though I'm dealing with mostly Southern artists at this point, is
Right,
I'm seeing a lack of knowledge of the business as in terms of how it is now. The second thing
right.
is I'm seeing a whole bunch of entitlement, and then
What you say?
even though they still thinking they calling me Unc and OG, and that's cool, but this
Right,
the one thing about my age group. We used to fix our own plate. And we didn't say
right.
that another man stopped me from doing this or they won't let
What
me
you
do
say?
this. Like, we didn't do that. Because for those of us that's from the streets for real, if that was the case, you would never be able to be on the block. That's just
Right.
how it went. If you was waiting on permission. So the one thing that I want to get to right before we get out of here, and I know you, and I definitely appreciate you taking your time to jump on as well. But this the last
Uh-huh.
thing that I gotta touch on, because it appears that you are a serial entrepreneur and you have more
Uh-huh.
things going on than just music. So, if in your
Facts.
own words, if you could just let the newer artists know that they're gonna need something to sustain whatever they trying
Facts.
to do until it starts to pay off. So in your own words, can you just drop a few jewels on that for me, please?
Okay. So as I was saying with the other question, you gotta be your own investor, or you gotta get an investor. A manager doesn't mean they some managers do invest in their artists, but that's not a manager job. That's an
Right.
investor job. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And that's why that manager probably takes more percentage. And you know what I'm saying? People think they getting played, but they don't understand the structure of business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta go ahead and take your job and build you up enough money to be able to get you a budget to maneuver
And
and
ain't
do
nothing
certain
wrong
things.
with that. There's nothing
Because
wrong with
this is a
that.
business.
Right.
It's people that own businesses and still work. You know what I'm saying? Because they understand that they're not making enough on their business to not work. They
Right.
need more money to keep funding. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Maybe they work check is taking care of home and their business is able to sustain itself off what it's making,
Right.
off the cash flow. Just
Right.
because I see $2 million don't mean I got 2 million in my pocket.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? This cash flow, I might run through that, but I still gotta keep investing. I gotta keep putting it. You know, this a real business. It's just like owning a wing shop or owning any other type of business.
Right.
You gotta get the building, get the permits, get the licensing, get the paperwork, the documents,
Yeah.
the furniture, the grill, the all this, the food. You gotta go get all this stuff, and you still ain't started yet.
And you
Cause
still
now you
and
got
we
to
ain't even
go.
talking about payroll. We ain't even got to the
Come on,
payroll.
man.
And you definitely
We ain't even got to the employees yet. This just
hey, right.
saying that you're gonna open it.
Right. There we
Now
go.
you got to go get employees and go get all this stuff and payroll and have enough to sustain even when you ain't making no money.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You may not even see no money for real for the whole first year. You got to be able to sustain for the whole year or two without making a quarter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the same thing with the music industry. You got to be able to sustain and be able to get you some money. And I want to tap in one more thing. Like sometimes you want somebody to manage you and you're not making no money, then you need to pay them to manage you. Then
Oh
you
man,
know what I'm
stop.
saying?
Hold up. Hold
You
up.
need to get
Check
them.
this out.
You
Hold
need
up.
to get them
PBE.
a
Big
monthly stipend
PBE.
so that they can deal with you.
Hey man, big PBE. Check this out, right?
Mm-hmm.
What you just said, I've been telling people that for the last 5 years. Because at the end of the
Right.
day, I feel like I got the formula. I feel like I got the connections. I feel like I got the
Right.
relationships. Why should I dump them all down the drain
On you.
on a
Right.
person? And this the catch. I don't know whether you gonna still be here or not. And I'm
Right.
still gonna have bills in the process. You feel me? But bruh, I just definitely appreciate you, man. One, for just dropping these jewels. Two, for taking time
Mm-hmm.
out your schedule. Is it anybody that you want to shout out or anything that you just want to make sure that this particular audience knows before we get out of here, sir?
Yeah, well, I ain't gonna get into the shout out part. I wanted to finish that question. I wasn't through yet. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I like to elaborate a lot
Okay, I
because I
respect
be
that.
wanting people. I'm the type of person I want you to see it as clear as day.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I feel like I'm an advocate for the independent artists, and I'm somebody that they can utilize as a guide. Like
Right.
you can tell them all day, but guess what? You on a different side of the game. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Yeah,
You're
you
right.
did music, but now you on a different side. So
Right.
what you telling them is just like a preacher walking in the church saying, "Hey, son, you need to go turn your life to God," and they like, "Man, old school, you need to go on about your
Right.
business,
Right.
man. You don't
Right.
even need to be in the
Right.
club."
Right. Right.
But if I'm in the club and I'm drunk as you is and I'm turned up and I touch your hand and to shake your hand and say, "Damn, boy, God told me you about to commit suicide tonight." And you like, "Damn, boy, I swear to God, I'm finna get drunk and high tonight and just go and kill myself." How you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you gonna believe what I'm telling you. Hey, bro,
Right.
you might just need to go and let God, you know what I'm saying, give your life to God, bro, and because I'm right there with you.
Right.
I'm just as drunk as you is. I'm just as turned
Yeah.
as you is.
Right.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
sounds
So
better coming from you
you
too,
can
though. Yeah.
believe in, yeah, it sound better coming from me. You don't want to listen to that preacher who looks out of place
Right.
being in here trying to convert you over.
Right.
But somebody you know for sure in the same boat you in and they can tell you something without personally knowing your lifestyle because they done been through whatever you going through or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the same thing with you trying to tell them. They looking at it like, come on, man.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
man, just put me in the game. We're
Right.
gonna make millions of dollars. How you gonna expect to make millions? You ain't made a dollar yet.
Oh
You know what I'm saying?
man. Bars.
Don't stop coming to people thinking that you could tell them your music. Because real people in the industry, they know it ain't about the music. It ain't the music, bro.
Come
You
on,
know what I'm saying?
man.
That's 10% of this shit.
That's
The
real.
business, networking, and marketing and promotion and what stuff that you got, the connecting these folks face to face, the phone calls you can make that, man, it's gonna cost a nigga too much money to try to even get that connect to make the call. And these
Right.
folks still ain't gonna listen to you. I gotta tell people all day, you could go pay for the same exact thing I got. And I won't spend a dime and they gonna give me more love and do more for me off my face card than they gonna do for you paying your money.
Come on, man. That's that
You know what I'm
relationship.
saying?
That's real. That's
Yeah,
that
look,
rapport.
I explained something to one of my people one time. We had went to this show. It was Rick Ross, 2 Chainz, and a couple more people. Big show.
Right.
I said, man, look, we going in through the back, and we got to goddamn whoop 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 whoop. So they like, all right. So as we out there, waiting, they're like, man, shit, man, we should have went here and went on in, man. They coming, man. I should have just paid to get in VIP, man. I'm effing with you, man. It's crazy,
There you
man,
go.
bro. Everybody already in, and then all this. They doing all this compliance, man. Just chill, man.
Right.
Yeah, it took us longer to get in. Yeah, it took a little minute. Everybody done went in, this and that. But guess what? When we did go in, we
Positioning.
backstage.
There it
Nigga,
is.
2 Chainz smoking with my people. Hey, hit the blunt.
Right.
And then when they went on the stage and we went up there, I said, look, that go VIP. These folks paid $1,500 to stand right there.
Right.
You ain't spend a dime. You back here smoking with the man.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
real.
You shaking hands, hugging, and taking pictures with,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, with Rick Ross and
Yeah.
all these
The
people,
big
you know what I'm saying,
dog.
at the
Big
time.
status.
So sometimes you got to understand, your money can't even get you back here where I'm at.
Come on, man.
We move around how we want to move around back here. You know what I'm saying? They looking
Comfortable.
at us like we on the same level
Right.
because they like, man, this man got the same neck bands I got on my neck.
Hey, boy. Hey, you
He can
must be
move in room
somebody.
I can move in.
Yeah. You must be somebody.
Yeah, you feel me? But the people who spent their money, get what they at? They out there waiting on us to walk on the stage with Buddy.
That's real now.
You know what I'm saying? They can't come on the stage. Now they might have a pass to come backstage and take a picture after the show,
Right.
but they got to stand in line and we can stand back here with you already taking pictures before you even went on the stage.
And really, that's unheard of. That's that real
Come
access.
on, man.
That's that real
Yeah,
access.
so sometimes you got to understand what's really going on when it comes to this game, and this is not a free business. This is a real business.
Come on, man. Come on.
This is a real business.
Oh, you
Stop
gonna pay
coming to
over
people
here?
thinking
Yeah.
that your talent gonna do it.
No.
Talent is not what sells. You better than you better than Drake. You better than Future. You better than them and all that. But guess what? They marketing team and they promotion and the
Come on, man.
budget that's behind them. You ain't got.
Yeah.
Even if you got the money, you ain't got the knowledge or the relationships to make it happen. You can have the knowledge, but if you ain't built these relationships or have somebody on your team that has these relationships, and everybody that works for you gotta get paid, fool.
Oh yeah. And it
Who
costs to
finna work? You
travel. Dog, it
come
costs
on,
just to
man.
travel, man. We
Who
don't even
finna
talk
work
about
for
that.
free?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Yeah, it costs. Even if they gotta just show up on your behalf.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If an artist showed up by itself and try to do a thing, I'm gonna tap in with them. But an artist showed up with Amp, it's gonna be a whole nother story the way I'm gonna tap in with you.
Right.
Cause I already value who he is.
Right.
We didn't build relationship, we didn't tap in, we locked in.
Right.
So sometimes people don't understand that sense of it. And I have artists, they ask me too to manage them. First of all, I grind 20 hours of sleep for what you want the for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
come on, I ain't even gonna have time to deal with you.
Right.
And the ones that I do deal with, they already self-sufficient. And if they ain't making no money, get what? They pay me monthly.
Right. That's real, man.
Just come to me on whatever you're trying to do. I'm gonna map it out for you,
Right.
and I'm gonna have if it's something that my people got to do the work, then you got to pay them to do the work.
There it
You
is.
you paying me for my expertise, for my money that I done put into this shit, my grind, my years, and
Hey.
everything. You know what I'm saying? I explain that before they even go that route. Look, now if you want to pay me and you got all access to hit me at any time of whatever, and you need to know this, you need to know this, how I go about this, how I need to set this up. What's a good marketing plan for this? I can do all that for you, but I ain't finna just sit on this phone for free
Okay.
and just do all this.
Consult.
And the management with me is really just a stamp, because my name, my logo, and my brand gonna mean something when you tell somebody you tapped in with PBE.
Big
You know what
PB.
I'm saying?
Yeah, big PB.
Baxter, big PBE.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got a few artists that I deal with like that, but they still, like, I don't take away from what they got. Everything is non-exclusive. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
pay a monthly fee, you know what I'm saying? And it's basically like I'm training your team, because you still got to have your own road manager, your own movement and motion. I'm just telling you how to make it happen. And if I need to call and vouch for you on something, I could do that. And everybody who is tapped in, they really seeing real progress.
And get a
They're
chance
like,
to move
damn,
because,
it's
boy, you
crazy.
be moving.
What
Yeah.
I see in what they seen in 3 to 6 months, they ain't seen in 12 years. They see
Okay.
more motion with me in 3 to 6 months
Okay.
than they have seen in 10 to 12 years.
For sure.
And they like, I see why it's imperative to tap in with you. You know what I'm saying? But some artists don't get that, man. If I pay you, then you got to this and that. Hey, ho, you ain't this on this team. You ain't the one that's gonna set the rules and the standards.
Okay
You can
then.
go pay somebody else and go get whatever you think you finna get. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, how they go tell,
You
hey,
ain't gonna
PB?
tell me what if you
Yeah.
pay me what I'm gonna do for you.
No,
I'm telling
yeah.
you what I'm gonna do for you,
Right.
and
Right.
you could decide if you want to pay me for my time and energy, because time is money, and I need money all of the time. You feel me? So
Hey, P. Hey, that's that mobile talk right there now.
come on, man.
Yeah,
We
that's
ain't,
real.
we ain't got time to play around, man. Like, I ain't getting no younger, and at the same time building a platform.
Right.
And a lot of people got to understand that's what this music is. It's a tool. This Look at the music as a wrench. You gotta make sure you got the right one that fits so that you can unscrew this boat. You know what I'm saying? This ain't just music. You got to use this as a tool to elevate. This how you going, okay, if I build this up, then I can go to this brand and cross promote with them. They're gonna give me a monthly stipend, give me products, give me this and that. We stamping each other. They promote me to people that probably never heard of me. I'm promoting them to people that ain't heard of them. Now we on the same playing field.
It's
And
win-win.
I'm getting money with them and from them.
Right.
Now I take that and leverage my brand, and I go to another brand and say, "Hey, I'm already doing this and that for this brand.
Right.
What we could do? But what could you do for us?" Well, I'm asking you first because I want to see where you gonna go with it.
Right.
But if you don't go with that, I done already came up with what you needed before I even contacted you.
Right.
You feel me? Oh, you might need somebody to come up with a catchy theme song for your brand. You might need someone that's actually on the road every single week, like I am.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Going city to city, state to state, promoting your brand, putting it in their faces,
And being a
getting,
brand
you know what I'm
ambassador.
saying? Yeah, you're right. We don't have, well, we do have such and such, but they want $100,000 a month. Nigga, you would give me $2,000 a month
Just like that.
and give me the products. You feel me? I
Right.
make up whatever extra with the products.
Right.
Or you can just sponsor the rest of my tour.
Right.
And we'll put your logo on the flyer. We'll have a big banner up at every show.
Right.
We'll blast out your products and let people sample them and this and that. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now,
you got their
my
attention.
travel is free.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then I take these two things to go leverage my business with a whole nother company.